Jai Jagannath, welcome to Unknown Astrologer again. Today we will discuss Jupiter and Rahu's conjunction in Aries Ascendant, and this conjunction is happening from April of 2023 till November of 2023. This conjunction is also famous as Guru Chandal Dosh in Vedic astrology. This Jupiter and Rahu conjunction will impact to every ascendant sign. Based on the Aries positioning of any birth chart or Lagna chart, it will be decided. And the positivity or negativity of this conjunction will depend on how Jupiter is well placed. This conjunction started from 22nd of April 2023 when Jupiter has moved to Aries. And Jupiter and Rahu will continue to stay together till 29th of November of 2023. You are all aware that Jupiter is a positive planet. Rahu is carries of its negativity. And Jupiter's positivity or Rahu's negativity will supersede. That will be known based on the degrees of Jupiter, how much in your Lagna chart. If you have Jupiter Mahadasa or Antadasa running, so Jupiter's influence will be more visible. And if Rahu Mahadasa or Antadasa running, then Rahu's impacts will be more visible. Now we'll analyze the impact of this conjunction for Aries ascendant. For Aries ascendant, it is positioned on the ascendant itself on the first part and will have an aspect to the seventh house. So there is a Jupiter is placed in its friendly signs in the Aries, and Rahu is placed in the enemy sign. This is a quite a good positioning for Aries ascendant person. It will be you will be visible to the society. Whatever you do, you will be known. You become renowned during this period. You'll have tremendous energy, and if you are in a political circle, there may be a possibility you will be coming to limelight. Sometimes you may win elections, or you may be elevated to some good position. And you will have, if you have Jupiter Mahadasa or Antadasa running, or your sublord is getting activated Jupiter for this house, you will be really elevated to a good position. And negative results are Rahu being Maya will mislead you. Your decision making abilities will come down, and you may enter into wrong partnerships. If you may fall, you may be thinking that you want to fall in love, or you may choose somebody a partner. That time it may become wrong. The negative aspect, it does not happen always. Based on the positivity of Jupiter, how much influencing your decisions will vary. So it is advisable that you consult your close ones who are seniors, elders while taking decisions. For Taurus ascendant, this conjunction is happening in your 12th house, where Aries is positioned. And 12th house is renowned for moksha, isolation, foreign land, imprisonment, etc. This conjunction will provide, if it is a positive, you may get your visa cleared, you may be going abroad for studies or for job. And if you have a negativity, you'll have there is a possibility that you or all wrongdoings earlier you could have escaped. Now you may be getting imprisoned there. So the positive results for students and all, they may be getting foreign university admissions and all. But Jupiter being a 12th house will encourage you to lead towards moksha and isolation, and you will be doing chanting, meditation, and spiritual path. You will be following to hasten this process towards mukti and moksha. And this will also lead that you remain in isolation. The situation will create that you remain isolated from your home and you stay little far away from your homeland. These kind of situations may arise. If the negativity of Rahu Mahadasa or Rahu's impacts are there, what will happen for you? You will have tremendous desire to indulge in sex and all the pleasures. If you can't, if you do not control, you may be visiting to brothels and all. That's a negative aspect. You need to control that. For Gemini ascendant, this conjunction of Jupiter and Rahu happening on your 11th house of socialization and you'll have a strong desire to associate with people who you may not have interacted too much earlier, those friends. And to increase socialization and all, you may enroll to some new clubs and all, and you will have a tendency to mingle some new friends and all. You may be creating in social circle. You may love to be in phase three also, those who are already popular. So there will be a strong desire to do investments and all for long-term gains and all. And if there is a positivity of Jupiter is there, Jupiter Mahadasa, etc. are there, these investments will turn positive and will give good returns for you. And you will have a tendency of creative instincts will be more for you, and you will love to do some art or write books and all during this period. And if the Rahu supersedes Jupiter, some kind of a wrong decision making may happen in your investment, etc. Even while indulging with friends and all, you may choose wrong friend who may lead you to bad habits like gambling and all. For Cancer ascended, this conjunction is happening in the 10th house. This is your career, profession, and public image. You will have strong desire to succeed in your profession and career, and you will put effort. You will do a lot of hard work in your career. You will be remaining optimistic. Your boss, your superiors will have a lot of trust during this period, as you will be taking up challenging responsibility and completing perfectly during this period. And juniors and all, you will be mentoring them. You are guiding them because of the Jupiter's influence. The negativity of Rahu it prevails. You may have too much of over optimism, and sometimes you may commit wrong things by underestimating the challenges. And you may be thinking you are too much knowledgeable, and you may underestimate things, and you may create some kind of a friction will generate because of your over optimism and thinking you are being having so much knowledgeable in your field. So that may create a friction between your peer group or boss, and this kind of situation will gradually tend to you disliking your job if your appraisal does not come good. So many of the guys during this conjunction and Cancer ascendant, if their positive influence of Jupiter remains, then they get promotion in job. If the Rahu's influence will be more, they may get surprises. They may get promotion. If possibility, they may not get also. In those situations, they may change their job. And some kind of a confusion will prevail if Rahu's too much influence will be there. For Leo ascendant, this conjunction is happening in the ninth house of spiritualism, long journeys. You will have strong desire to explore heights of spiritualism. You may get a guru who can guide you if you have a positive influence of Jupiter is more in your birth chart. And this will lead you to enter into meditation, yoga, and all. So this is a very good positive sign, and you may like to have pilgrimage and all with your parents and all during this period. Certain long trips to foreign also may happen during this period. If you have a negative influences of Rahu is more, or Rahu Mahadasa is running, and Rahu is placed negatively in your birth chart, during this conjunction, Rahu will create a facade that you are spiritual, but from inside you may not have too much of belief onto spiritualism and all. Even the culture and all, you will have some questioning. You may be confused what you're doing about this kind of spiritual thought, whether it is right or wrong. So this kind of confusion will come due to Rahu. For a Virgo ascendant person, this conjunction of Jupiter and Rahu happening in the eighth house of transformation, death, and research, occult sciences, etc. Due to this conjunction, Jupiter's influence, if it is positive, you will be surely going for transformation. You will be exploring deep into your own self, and you will have a desire for spiritualism and mysticism. You will be looking for some gurus and all who can guide you there. You will have a desire to learn occult sciences like astrology and all, meditation, yoga, etc. So positive influence of Jupiter, if it's there, your shared resources may grow. That means your father-in-law, mother-in-law, or somebody from your wife's side will gift you some property, or you may get wealth positively from their side. And these are the positive things, and cash flows may be positive if Jupiter has got a positive impact overall in your Lagna chart, or it is exalted, or Jupiter Mahadasa or Antardasa is running. If Rahu Mahadasa or Rahu has a too much of influence on your chart, and during this period, sudden issues may crop up. Maybe you can, if you are driving recklessly, suddenly some accidents may come up. You may have too much expectations from your in-law side that may spoil some relationship. Some surprises in your cash flow also may happen. You may get good wealth, or you may lose also. For Libra ascendant, this conjunction is happening on the seventh house of partnerships, marital relationship, and conjugal relationships. You will be striking business partnerships during this period. And if you are longing for some business to start with some partnerships, that will materialize due to Jupiter's positive influence. These partnerships may be of unconventional nature. If you are from a mining background, for an example, you are working in mining business, you will be looking into venturing into a partnership which will be working in electronics, goods manufacturing, or into artificial intelligence. Some kind of a unconventional business partnerships may arise. You may also be falling in love with somebody during this period, but this will not be from your same community or from the same culture. You may be falling in love with somebody from a different culture during this period. So you will be getting support from powerful persons for your business and business partnerships. If a negative impact of a Rahu is there, or Rahu Mahadasa is there, so then you may overlook negative traits of your partner in business and all. At a later stage, you may find difficulties in dealing with him or her. And if you are entering into a marital relationship or falling in relationship with anybody, if you do not evaluate properly, you do not consult some close ones, you may take wrong decision in relationships. Also, this is the negative impact of Rahu. For a Scorpio ascendant person, this conjunction is happening in your sixth house of routine daily life, enemies and diseases. Suddenly, an opportunity for unconventional work culture may if you are a daily doing a work in day shift, suddenly there is a requirement for you to go in night shift. You cannot avoid that. If you are working as a field job throughout your life, you are working in a field job and you are posted at site, then suddenly a situation will happen where you were to move to a desk job, or you may have to work from home. There will be a culture change will happen on the way you work during this period. Your attention also will go towards social services and all. You will have a desire to serve the mankind and the society. If you have a positive influence, you will be known. You will be spending money also towards charity and all. You will be spending your time also to serve to old age home, or children who are those orphans who are orphan. Those kind of situation, you will be spending time. If you have a Rahu which has got a too much of a negative influence, or Rahu Mahadasa or Antardasa is running and Rahu is placed negatively, there may be a possibilities that some kind of diseases may happen which you cannot diagnose properly. Doctors may not be able to diagnose properly, which may become bad at a later stage. And you may lose work-life balance. You may overwork. Sometimes your enemies may crop up because of the influence of Rahu. For a Sagittarius ascendant, this conjunction is happening on your fifth house of creativity, romance, and children. There will be sudden outbursts of creative talent within you. Uh, if you are presenting something, preparing a presentation, it will be quite different from the way you are doing earlier. You may not be knowing, your friends and peer groups will apprise you that you will have unconventional ideas and thought process will be coming to solve certain issues in organizations. And you will have a different desire to mingle with your children and all. You may not be earlier bit isolated, but due to this positive influence of Jupiter, you will be spending a lot of time with your children. You may pamper them. And Rahu's influence, if you are a sports enthusiast, you will be taking them from adventure sports, etc. because of this kind of a Jupiter Rahu conjunction. You will have a tendency to invest in risky ventures and all. And Jupiter may give a positive also. These investments may come positive in future. And you will have a desire to fall in love with somebody who is from a different culture. So that may happen during this period. And if Rahu has a negative influence, those who are already in love, they may marry against the wishes of their parents or family members. And for those who are pregnant and about to expecting a childbirth and all, they may encounter some difficulties. And those who are pregnant, if they do not take care, there is a possibility of miscarriage also may happen during this period. This is a very critical period for those pregnant women and all in this conjunction. For a Capricorn ascendant person, this conjunction is happening in the fourth house of yours. This represents family, mother, motherland, landed wealth, house, etc. And your focus will move to large family gatherings and all. If you have not met family members for a long time, you will love to mingle with them and you will create an environment for the happiness of the family during this period. You will not hesitate to attend any marriage or any ceremonies of family which you were earlier ignoring. However, you will be very keen to join this time. There will be big chance of investing a big house. If you have already have a house, you will be spending money for the renovation of that. And investment in land and house is very positive. And there is a most probable it may happen if you have a positive influence of Jupiter is there or Jupiter Mahadasha is running. If you have Rahu negative influence supersedes your Jupiter's impact, then there may be a possibility you will have a desire to invest in land and all wealth. You may buy something, a property which is having litigations. So these are the negative influence of Rahu may bring in your for a Capricorn ascendant. For an Aquarius ascendant person, this conjunction is happening in your third house of valor, communication, and siblings and short journeys. You will be meeting your siblings and all whom you may not be finding time to meet them earlier. Your speech delivery, etc., will be outstanding and it is loaded with logical reasoning, with facts and all. People will be loving that in work environment and all. You will be excelling very well. And competitive exams and all, if you are appearing, you will have a good result in work environment. If people were hesitating to take some challenging responsibilities, you will be the first one who will be taking those challenging responsibilities and you will be accomplishing that also in work environment. There are possibility of short trips may happen to gain the knowledge around the world. And if you see the negativity of Rahu, there may be a possibility you may be boasting yourself too much when you interact with your siblings and all. They may not like if you try to dominate and speak to exaggerate about yourself, how good you are. You need to guard over these kind of habits. For a Pisces ascendant person, this conjunction is happening in your second house of speech, wealth, and family values. If you have a positive influence of Jupiter more or Mahadasa of Jupiter going on, or Antadasa of Jupiter, or Jupiter is exalted, then you will get a lot of good opportunity to increase your wealth. Whatever you invested in properties and all, you may be looking to monetize that. Sometimes things will mature and you may not be aware. Suddenly the cash flows will increase for you, and you have these family values because of the Rahu's influence. Certain values and ethics you may question. You will have a unconventional thinking may arise about your family values. Certain times you may think of why to have some ancestral home, which is of giving no value to you. Sometimes you may think of selling that, finding it there is no use to you. These kind of thoughts also will come to you in your life till November of 2023. If Rahu has got too much of a negative influence, then it may make you too much greedy also. You will not hesitate to adopt some unethical means to accumulate wealth. Sometimes you may be untruthful and you may compromise your values, which you need to take guard of that. We have seen there is positive as well as negative impact of this Jupiter and Rahu conjunction or Guru Chandal those. And if Jupiter has got positivity, then you are good. And if Rahu has got a negative influence of this conjunction, we need to take guard of that. So to avoid negativity supersedes your positivity, we need to increase the Jupiter's influence, and Jupiter's influence can increase if we maintain on a spiritual path, if we meditate on God, if you follow a regimen of strict regimen of spiritualism and discipline in our life. And if you wake up early, do the puja, do the chanting of Om Namah Shivaya or Mahamrityunjay mantra or Vishnu Sahasranam, these kind of mantras certainly increases the influence of Jupiter, and you will observe the positivity around you. And it will bring a good thought, and decision making abilities will increase for you, which will thereby reduce the impact of Rahu. And Rahu, being Maya, will confuse you while taking crunch situation decisions. And you should not be impulsive during that period. Before taking decisions over a critical matter, you must deliberate and talk to your close ones. And do not take in haste such decisions. And I suggest that you write down whenever some strong desire is there to take a decision or buy some investment you are doing, some home you are purchasing, or you are entering into a relationship or a partnership. These kind of if your desires, if you have strongly there in mind, I suggest that you note down and evaluate various options and alternatives. Consult close ones so that Rahu's negative impact you can reduce there, and the positivity of Jupiter can be involved while consulting elderly persons or learned persons. This is the way we can eliminate the negative impacts of Guru Chandal Dos. On a overall, this will be a very good for broadly. For good people, this is a good signs it will give on a overall. For those people who are unethical and were continuously maintained some negative practices in life, certainly some negativity will come and they may be punished during this period. So good luck to everyone.
Log into unknownastrology.com to get many benefits. Free consultation is available. You can subscribe to a lot of paid plans and consult an astrologer also to understand your own self and to face the life situations.